This is tutorial 3-2, and we're going to be starting off by opening up the tutorial 3-2 mix file. And this tutorial will be focusing on how to create a layout. And the first thing they want us to do is they want us to go to the layout view. With that, we're going to go to view, and you can either choose it here, layout view, or you can come down here and click on this little button down here. Both bring you to this screen. Now what they want us to do now is go up to customize, toolbars, and they want us to turn on the layout toolbars, and those are these ones right here. They look very similar to our data view toolbars, and most of them pretty much do similar things. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we are going to use this button right here, and we're going to use a pre-made template. It's in the USA tab, which is this is the first tab, the My Templates. If you go all the way down to the end, it's the second to last one, and we're going to choose this second one down. And as you can see, everything's been made for you. You should avoid using these though, because they don't always work out for what you're trying to do. Sometimes you need multiple data frames. This map would not allow you to do that. But you can come in here and you can change what you need to. They want you to change the title from that to Asian population by state in 2007. If you click OK, you can see it's changed. And by using the data, you can use the data view tools in this view, but it will only affect the data frame. I'm going to now zoom in and use the pan hand to center it. Once you're done with this, what you're going to want to do is you want to go up to save as, and you're going to want to go to My Exercises and save it into your Chapter 3 folder. With that done, you're going to want to change the template again to something else in the Your Turn, and then save that as something else in your Chapter 3. Do not save over tutorial 3-2. Once that's done, we're going to open up a blank map. We are not going to override that. And then we are going to open up the original. There we go. The first thing they want us to do is right click on populations and save as layer file. And I already gone and done this. In Chapter 3, you're going to save it as states population layer. So once that's done, you just click save and it'll be saved. We're going to be using that later on. We're going to go back to the layout view, and we're going to click on the ArcMap options. And they want your layout view tab to look just like this. They want these 3 boxes checked, this box, and this box. Once that's done, just click OK. And then what they want you to do is they want you to click again on the page and go to Page and Print Setup. What we're going to do is we're going to change the page from looking like this to going the long way. So over here we're going to have landscape selected and landscape selected here as well. Once that's done, you're just going to click OK. And as you can see now, the page is 11 by 8.5 rather than 8.5 by 11. So with that done, what we're going to do is we're going to be using some guidelines, which are these right here. The first one I'm going to make a mistake on. They wanted it at 8.5. I'm going to put this one on 9. Seeing that I want it on 8.5, there's two ways I can fix this. I can either hover over it until I get this and then slide it to where I need it, or I can right click and clear guideline and then just place it there. They want another one at 7 on the vertical, and once that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the map and it's going to snap two of those two bars, and as you can see it's hanging off the map. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on that, go to properties, and up here we are going to write 7.5, just like we did in a text box in a previous course. And here we're going to turn this to 5, and we're going to preserve aspect ratio, and then we're going to click OK. As you can see, it's reshaped it. It is now 7.5 inches wide and 5 inches tall, and you're going to want to snap it into that position right there. Okay, with that done, what we are going to do is we're going to zoom in to where it is in the majority of the data frame. So you're just going to use your data view tools and zoom in. The way you can tell the difference between data view tools and layout view tools is the layout views have like a page in the background. The data view does not. Okay, with that done, that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. There we go. That's even a little bit better. Now with that done, we are going to start adding a title, a legend, and a scale bar, and a text box. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go up to Insert and Title. Here they auto-generated a title. We're going to change it. So we're going to double click on it, and we're going to type in Asian population parentheses 2007, and then we're just going to click OK, and it centers it for you. But as you can see, it doesn't look very standoutish, so we're going to double click on it again, and we're going to click on the change symbol. We're going to make it bigger, and we're going to make it bold. Then we're going to click OK, and OK again. As you can see, it stands out much more now. And with that done, what we're going to do now is add a legend. So at the 10.5 mark, we're going to put another guideline, and we're going to put another one at the 1.5 on the vertical, just like that. And then we're going to go up to Insert and Legend. In this box right here, what we're going to do is we choose what is going to be shown in the legend. Right now we only have one shape file, but if I wanted to get rid of that, I would just do that. If I wanted to add it, I click on that. And over here you can arrange the order of the shapefiles, and here you can add how many columns you want your legend to be in. The next page is where you can give a title to yours. It auto generates legend. You never really want to call it a legend. You can either give it a title or leave it blank. Then you can change the color of the text, the size, the font, whether it's bold or not, how it's going to be justified, and they have a preview button to show you what it's going to look like. Once done, you can click OK or Next. And on this one, we have the frame. You can give it a border, a colored background, or a shadow. And then we're going to click OK. These next ones you're not going to have to worry about. Once then, you just click Finish. And as you can see, we now have a legend. But it's kind of big and bulky. So what we're going to do is we are going to snap it to this corner right here, and then we are going to click 9 on the horizontal, and then we are going to click on this top one and drag it in. And now it's a decent size. The size of your legend, where you place it, is completely up to you, as is the title and anything else you add to the map. It's completely up to you what goes where. The next thing we're going to be adding is a scale bar. So we're just going to click on scale, and they have an assortment of ones you can do. They tell us to use this one. Feel free to use whatever one you want. And using a scale bar, it's best to zoom in with it, so I'm going to use the zoom in for the layout view, and I'm just going to zoom in there. As you can see, it's in meters right now. That's not a good unit to use for the United States, so we're just going to double click. Here we have the units that it's going to be use, and there's a whole bunch. For this, they want miles to be used, and we're going to click OK. And you can, actually, we're going to go back in there real quick. You can change coloring, you can change the frame just like you did. You can use this, the position, just like we did with the text boxes and everything else. So once that's done, we're going to click OK. And they want us to zoom into, or change it to 1000. You can do that by clicking on the middle box and bringing it in. As you can see, it brought it to 1000. I can drag it out and bring it to 1500 if I want. But we're just going to do what the book says in 1000. You should never leave it like a number like this. It's very messy looking. It should always be a rounded off number. Okay, with that done, we're going to zoom out to full extent, and now we can place it where we want. Now we're going to click another vertical guideline right here, and we're going to click on that, and we're just going to put it right there. Okay, and with that done, all we have to do is insert a text box. So we're going to insert text. It's appeared right here. You can start typing in it, but what I like to normally do is click outside the box, click on it, drag it somewhere where it's not on the data, and then double click. I like to use this for when I'm typing in it. And what we're going to be typing is source US Census Bureau. And what this is it's basically a works cited. It's saying where it got its information from. So once that's done, and you can come in to change symbol, and just like anything else, you can change the font, the size, the color, the style. Okay, and we're just going to put that down here. So feel free to go through and play with the guidelines, rearrange the legend, put it over here if you want, or above. Feel free to have fun with it. And that's it for tutorial 3-2.